This is the 6-5 and 7-7 review. Calculators are not allowed, and it's number 1. We are given a particle's position, and then our job is to find the average velocity over the indicated interval. So if you recall from section 6-5, anytime you see this word average, then you will have to do a 1 over a b minus a times the integral from a to b of the thing you want the average of. So we want the average velocity. That means I need to have the velocity inside here. Now that I've got this inside, I'm ready to answer the question, what did I take the derivative of with respect to t that gave me the velocity function? And that would be the position function. So that'll be s of t evaluated from 0 to pi. So if I finish that up, that means I'm going to plug pi into s, which would be a -1 minus a 0 plus a pi plus a 3. And then I'm going to subtract what comes out when I plug in a 0, which is a 1 minus a 0 plus a 0 plus a 3. So if I finish that up, I have a -1 minus a 1, so that's a -2 plus a pi. So I'll end up with a pi minus a 2 over a pi. Look at part B, same process. We want the average velocity, so that's 1 over b minus a times the integral from a to b of the velocity function. Now we answer the question, what did I take the derivative of with respect to t that gave me velocity? And that would be the position evaluated from 1 to e squared. So I plug in e squared. Now log natural of e squared is a 2 minus an e squared to the squared will be e to the 4th. Then I subtract what comes out when I plug in 1. If I plug in 1, I will get a 0 minus a 1. So put that together, I have a 2 minus a -1 gives me a 3 minus an e to the 4th over an e squared minus 1. Last part, C, same process. 1 over 4 minus 2 times the integral from 2 to 4 of the velocity function will be 1 over 2 times the position function evaluated from 2 to 4. So if I plug in 4, that gives me a 3 times a 4 cubed minus an 18 times a 4 squared plus a 24 times a 4. Oops. And I'm going to subtract everything with the 2 plugged in. So if I plug in a 2, I get a 3 times a 2 cubed, that's a 24, minus an 18 times a 4, plus a 24 times a 2. And I'm pretty sure that on the test the numbers are a little nicer, so I'm not going to spend time to go through all of that arithmetic by hand. Let's just say we end up with 0 when it's all said and done. And we're done.